Lighthouses are built to guide ships through darkness. Their beams sweep across the ocean, warning sailors of hidden rocks and dangerous shores. But somewhere in the Atlantic, sailors speak of a lighthouse that does the opposite. Its light does not shine into the sky. It shines into the ocean, and those who follow it sometimes vanish beneath the waves. 200 years ago, a lighthouse was built on a lonely stretch of coast known as Greywater Point. The cliffs there were sharp and unforgiving. Ships often wrecked against them during storms. So the lighthouse was built to save lives. For decades, its beam cut through the night fog, guiding sailors safely away from the rocks. But strange stories soon followed. Fishermen began reporting something unusual. At night, when the tide was calm, a second light could sometimes be seen, deep beneath the surface of the water. At first, people believed it was simply the reflection of the lighthouse beam. But reflections don't move, and this light moved slowly, as if drifting along the ocean floor. In 1873, the lighthouse keeper, Thomas Hale, began writing about the strange glow. His journal entries grew increasingly unsettling. At first, he thought it was a trick of the tides. Then he noticed something disturbing. The underwater light only appeared on certain nights. Nights when the sea was completely still. Nights when the fog rolled in thick and silent. One entry read, "The light below answers the light above." Another entry followed days later. "Tonight I saw shapes moving near it." The final entry was written only hours before Hale disappeared. It is not guiding ships, it is calling them. Thomas Hale was never seen again. After the keeper vanished, several ships reported strange navigation errors near Greywater Point. Captains claimed their compasses behaved erratically. Some sailors insisted they saw a glowing beam beneath their vessels. Not reflected light, but a steady, pale beam shining upward from the depths. 3 ships ran aground within the same year. Survivors said something unsettling. Before each wreck, they believed they were following the lighthouse beam to safety. But the light had been coming from below them, not above. In the early 1900s, a group of divers attempted to investigate the phenomenon. They descended near the base of the cliffs where the underwater glow had been seen. The divers reported an eerie sight. Beneath the waves stood the remains of what looked like an ancient tower. Not stone, not coral, but something shaped almost like a lighthouse, buried beneath layers of sand and sea life. And at its peak, a faint light flickered, as though a lantern was still burning inside. When they returned to the surface, the divers refused to go back down. One of them simply said, "There should not be a lighthouse under the ocean." Years later, during a violent storm, something strange happened. The lighthouse beam suddenly went dark, but sailors offshore reported seeing light beneath the waves, brighter than ever before. For nearly an hour, the underwater glow illuminated the ocean like a ghostly lantern. Then the beam above returned, and the light below vanished again. From that night forward, locals believed something unsettling. The lighthouse was not just guiding ships. It was communicating with something beneath the sea. In 1998, marine researchers scanned the seabed near Greywater Point. Their sonar revealed something unexpected. A structure, tall and narrow, buried beneath layers of sediment. Almost the exact height and shape of the lighthouse standing on the cliffs above, but far older, possibly centuries older. No records mention who built it or why. Today, the lighthouse at Greywater Point still stands. Its beam still sweeps across the dark ocean every night. But some sailors swear they have seen something else. On calm nights, when the sea becomes perfectly still, a pale glow rises slowly from the depths below. And if you look carefully from the cliffs, you might notice something unsettling. The lighthouse beam above and the light beneath the sea sometimes move in perfect synchronization, as if 2 towers are watching the same horizon, one above the water and one far below it, waiting for the same ships to pass. Some lighthouses guide sailors away from danger, but one lighthouse may be guiding something up from the deep. Thank you for watching. Please follow Lausanne Vault on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube for more interesting stories.